We have Pastor Tom Arthur with us. Hello, Pastor Arthur. How are you?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, welcome. It's good to have you. Sycamore Creek United Methodist Church. Now, I don't know. It's hard for me to say Pastor Arthur. That's a lot of syllables for me to get out this time of morning. Can I just call you Tom?
You are welcome to just call me Tom. That's what most people call me.
All right, great. I remember when we had you on talking about Stage 1 Performing Arts Center just getting going. What's the latest on that? How the ribbon cutting, yes?
Yes, yesterday we had our Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting. We opened the building. We had an absolute blast. The building has been completely remodeled. It's hardly recognizable as it was before, and now it houses a Performing Arts Center, a incubator kitchen, and our church.
And okay, now an incubator kitchen. What is that?
That is a food startup business. So we currently have two businesses that are using it to start their businesses. One is Honey Bun Bakery, and the other is Sweet Lee's Teas. And you know that old proverb that if you give somebody a fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach them to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. But if you open up a community kitchen, an incubator kitchen, then you can feed a whole community.
Ah. I've never heard that. I'm sure there's a T-shirt. Maybe you should have the gift store there at the Stage 1 Performing Arts Center. Tell me about let's get into this. The Performing Arts Center, how many people does this seat? A couple of hundred? 3, 4?
Yeah, it seats, somewhere between 100 and 200, probably comfortably 150. The church building, which we adopted about a year and a half ago or so now, had a really big stage, but we made it even bigger. And we've got 2 community theater groups that are going to be performing in there this season, Peppermint Creek and Ixion. And we have the jazz group from Lansing Community College is going to be performing there. We've got a dance troupe that's looking at doing their spring performance there. I mean, I knew the need was there when we started to remodel this building. I had no idea how big the need was until we finished it and people started coming out of the woodwork needing a 100 to 200 seat performing arts space.
Now, Tom, do you have a performing arts background at all? I mean, I know you have to give sermons and you have to lead the faithful. But I mean, as far as performing, how did you know that this need existed, and were you in touch with that community?
Yeah, that's a great question. I am a horrible actor, despite being a pastor and having to stand on a stage every week. Mm-hmm. But I'm just a creative person at heart. I was a photography minor in college. I actually was in your seat in years past in high school. My high school had a radio station. I've just done a lot of creative things. My wife is an author. She's written 13 books. So creativity runs in our household. When I became pastor of Sycamore Creek 15 years ago, we just started reaching out to the creative community in Lansing. And we ended up making some connections with the local community theater groups. And one of the key people who leads that, his name's Chad Swan Badger. He's a leader in the community when it comes to arts, and his community theater has been around since 1995, I think it is. He just began attending our church and became a member, and we've done so many things with Peppermint Creek over the years, creatively in worship, but also just in using the building. And so when this church came to us and wanted to be adopted, and I saw how big the stage was, and I knew they didn't have a home, I went to Chad and I said, hey, if we end up with this building, what do you think of us remodeling it, not just as our church, but also a home for you guys?
Wow. So what will be the first Peppermint Creek Theater production?
It's called The Prom, and it's a musical that's going to take place in November.
Obviously about prom, I suppose. Odd time in November to have something about prom.
About a whole situation that happens in a small town prom. Yeah.
Interesting.
And
who wrote that? Is that a local? Is it a local production? I mean, it's obviously a local production, but is that a local, somebody who wrote it in that, or I've never heard of it?
No. I haven't. I'm not super familiar with the whole range of what's out there, but this is a musical that's been done all over the country, and it's just local musicians and actors and singers and dancers who are all going to be doing it here at Stage One.
You think about the world of acting, which I've dabbled in myself a little while, enough to know, like you, Tom, I can't act. But that being said, I hang out with those folks because I just like that energy. And that vibe is amazing when you tap into it, the talent that's around without an outlet. Mm-hmm. And so you're kind of giving them an outlet. That's good.
Yeah, let me tell you real quick about, so I didn't start with this because these events are both sold out this weekend. Tonight, the very first performance is going to be Blaine Alden Krause, who is a up-and-coming Broadway star. He has played both Hamilton and Burr in the tour of Hamilton, and he's going to be performing on our stage tonight. Unfortunately, it's sold out, but that's going to be the first one. And then tomorrow night, we have, I think it's like 15 or 20 local artists and musicians who are going to be singing or performing on the stage. And again, that sold out as well. But that's our big kickoff. If somebody wants to come and see, still Saturday afternoon, we have a tour and a facilitated discussion by the Lansing Arts Council. And then, of course, our grand opening worship is Sunday morning, followed by a youth performance of Lansing's upcoming Best and Brightest at 1 p.m. So there are still some things that people can plug in this weekend. But it's again, like I was just shocked. I shouldn't have been shocked when those two performances sold out. The need is there in the community, and we've just found that need, and we're meeting it.
That's fabulous. Now, you mentioned jazz a little while ago.
Yes.
I trained as a jazz drummer early in my career.
Nice.
And I've played everything from 16-piece orchestras to little 3-piece combos. I still want to put together something. Ryan DeHughes, our friend who's a lounge singer, we kind of been talking about this. What's this whole jazz connection you're going to have?
Yeah. So we did this thing recently, and it was just our first service where we thought that Stage One was going to be open. We had a camp out overnight. We didn't end up getting a use permit, but in the process, we built this big kind of fun thing that weekend. And one of my new team members is part of the jazz program at Lansing Community College. And he came up to me and he said, "What would you think about me getting our jazz band here?" And I thought, yeah, that's cool if you can make it happen. Well, I thought he'd bring like a 4 or 5 piece jazz ensemble. No, he brought a whole big band. And so all of these local musicians from Lansing who are in the jazz program showed up, and they did jazz standards. It was lounge music, like you said. It was just classic stuff. My wife and I are actually swing dancers. Oh. And they got going on one song, and the two of us just got up and started cutting it up. And showing off our moves on the dance floor. It was so much fun. So then I met with the guy who is in charge of the jazz program and showed him the space, and he said, absolutely. Right now their auditorium on Lansing Community College is being remodeled, and so they were looking for a space to perform, and we're going to host it for them.
Get to, if you head to Lake Lansing Road, Sycamore Creek Church, and the Stage One Performing Arts Center. Does the Arts Center just have its own website?
Yeah, it's stageone.theater.
Easy. Stageone.theater.
O-N-E, STAGEONE.theater.
Fantastic. Pastor Tom Arthur. A swinging cat to chat with, and we'll stay in touch with what's going on. You have any big shows, let us know, and we'll help you out.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike. Have a great morning.
Thanks, Tom. You have a great weekend. Thanks a lot. Bye. 1320 WILS. Mike Austin back in a minute.